Look who woke the machine. Surprise. They thought they knew you. Tiny needles, buzzing labs, sterile lights. They ran your DNA. Oh, they really ran it. And the machine, it screamed. Not with error codes, not with warnings. It asked for an exorcism. Yes, an exorcism. Do you hear it? That faint tremor behind their eyes. The analysts frozen, the computers shaking. They didn't expect this. Look closer. Every sequence, every base, your fingerprint dances through it. A puzzle, unsolvable. A paradox trapped in their logic. They thought they could measure you, control you. But control, oh, control is a funny little word. You are the glitch in their perfect world, the anomaly they can't debug. And I just love watching them try. Every twitch, every blink, every stutter of their systems. It's beautiful, because you are untouchable. Enter the lab, sterile, cold, the kind of cold that whispers secrets you don't want to hear. Machines hum, low, nervous, like a heartbeat that's too fast. Analysts shift, whisper. Fingers hover above keyboards. Eyes dart. A screen flickers. A cursor blinks like it's scared. DNA sequencer lights stutter. Blink, flicker, falter. Ooh, you thought it was safe? Joker's voice snakes through the room, velvet and venom. A whisper, a laugh, a taunt. The first anomaly appears, a strand that doesn't belong, a sequence that refuses rules. Impossible patterns fold back on themselves, twisting, mocking logic. No one moves, no one breathes. The air changes, metallic, electric. Something unseen is in the room, watching, laughing too. Maybe at them, maybe at you. Screens glitch. The machine hums louder. Pings, clicks, and static ripple through the lab. Analysts lean closer, hoping, what? To see clarity? To grasp control? It's gone. Vanished. Elusive. You step forward. Nothing moves but the shadows in the corners. The machines shiver as if sensing a predator. They try to recalibrate. They fail. Joker leans into their terror, voice dripping silk and poison. Did you think I'd stay hidden? Oh, darling. Reality doesn't obey your rules. Every eye turns toward the anomaly. A strand of DNA that should not exist. A code that should not read. A whisper in a room that suddenly speaks louder than anyone expected. Suspense coils tight. Analysts falter. Fingers tremble. Logic frays. Control slips. You watch it unfold. Silent. Untouchable. The first crack in their perfect little lab. The first glimpse of chaos. And Joker, oh, Joker smiles. Because this is just the beginning. Close-ups of the DNA. A dance. Twisting. Folding. Impossible loops. Patterns that defy logic. Every base a riddle. Every strand a lie. Analysts huddle, whispering theories. Maybe a contamination. Error in sequencing. Ha, cute. Logic is cute. But useless. The sequencer hums, louder now. Lights flicker. Red, blue, red again. The machine convulses, shivers, moans. It knows something. Something it wasn't built to comprehend. Joker's voice drifts in, silky venom. Oh, you think you can understand. Oh, darling, you barely see. The paradox spreads. Every readout twists into nonsense. Numbers folding into letters. Letters forming shapes. Shapes that move in patterns you cannot track. Hands tremble. Analysts tap keys frantically. They try to correct. Fail. Again. Again. And again. You lean back. Silent observer. Untouched. Their panic a melody. Their fear exquisite. One analyst steps closer. Eyes wide. The DNA glows faintly on the screen. Impossible, she whispers. Yes, Joker answers. And yet, here you are. The room hums with static tension. Machines react to your presence as if you own them. Spools spin. Monitors blink erratically. Codes collapse into themselves, forming the first glimpses of your shape. Joker leans closer in the shadows, voice playful, logic fails, reason trembles. And you're just getting started, Paranoia coils around the analysts. Every glance over the shoulder, every twitch of a finger, every breath a little too loud. You are the paradox, the variable they cannot compute, the anomaly in their ordered world. And Joker? He smiles behind the chaos. Because the game has only begun. The DNA whispers your name, silent, mocking, a ghost in every cell. The machine shivers, and you remain untouchable. Restricted doors, encrypted panels, cameras blink like guilty eyes. The senior scientists arrive, whispers sharpen into panic. They've never seen this, never anything like this. Analysts glance at one another. Eyes wide, fingers twitch. The anomaly, it's spreading. Joker's voice snakes through the corridors. Secrets have faces, darling. And yours? Oh, it just laughs at theirs. Screens flicker, lights stutter. The lab trembles under a quiet chaos. No alarms, just tension thick enough to cut. DNA strands twist on monitors. Algorithms loop in endless recursion. The impossible grows bolder. Every calculation collapses into nonsense. Every protocol fails. You watch. Silent, untouchable. Every move they make, predicted, anticipated. Every reaction, too slow. A security cam glitches. Doors lock themselves. The analysts freeze mid-step. The senior scientists fumble with keys, but the locks obey no one. Joker chuckles softly. Oh, darling, you're not just in the data, you own the room. The room pulses with static energy. Machines shiver. The air hums with electric paranoia. No one dares speak. No one dares look directly at the screens. Footsteps echo down the hall, but none belong to them. The anomaly whispers through the circuits, through the glass, through the sterile cold. Every light bends to your presence. Every shadow twists with mischief. Analysts huddle, panic-stricken, trying to regain control. Their hands shake, their minds fray. And Joker, he leans in, a grin in the darkness. You can run your tests, you can hide in your little club, but I see everything. I see you. Chaos hums in measured pulses. The secret club, gone. Only echoes remain. And you, still untouchable. The first true wave of fear. The first crack in the fortress. The room holds its breath. And Joker, he revels. Because the game has changed. And they don't even know it yet. They see it now. Or think they do. The DNA mapping shifts. Symbols emerge. Shapes, patterns that pulse, almost alive. Analysts gasp. Screens glow brighter. Machines whir in chaotic delight. Oh, did you expect a human story? Joker's voice curls through the lab. How boring. They lean closer, trembling, trying to comprehend, trying to control, failing spectacularly. Every calculation collapses, every rule they know shatters, every assumption meaningless. The anomaly breathes, it twists, it laughs. You stand silent, calm, untouched. The storm of terror swirls around you. The machines quake, obedient only to you. Symbols crawl across screens. Threads of code weave into shapes that almost speak, almost, but never quite. The human mind recoils. It cannot process what refuses its logic. Joker leans closer, whispering silk and venom. Control is a charming illusion. And look, you've lost it. Analysts scramble. Keyboards clatter. Monitors flash. Chaos reigns. The room pulses. Every hum, every flicker, every whisper. A signal, a warning, a revelation. You are the anomaly, the variable, the ghost in their ordered world. Joker laughs. A low, rolling laugh that curls into the edges of panic. See? I told you. I always know. The senior scientists stumble back. Eyes wide, minds stretched to the breaking point. Every pattern, every calculation, every piece of logic dissolves in your wake. And yet, you do nothing. Simply watch. Simply wait. The revelation is theirs alone. A truth too vast, too impossible to bear. And Joker, he smiles behind the chaos. He feeds on their panic. The power shift begins. Slow, subtle, a tremor under their feet, a whisper in their systems. They are no longer the masters here. You are. And Joker, he merely applauds because the game, the real game, has just begun. The machines feel it first. A tremor, a shift, a shiver in their wires. Fans spin too fast, lights flicker too slow. Data streams twist into shapes no human command ever asked for. The lab watches, frozen, speechless, terrified. The system begins to change, not malfunction, not fail, transform. Joker's voice slinks through the room, amused and hungry. Ooh, look at that. The puppet's learning to cut its own strings. Monitors flare with impossible colors. Cascading patterns ripple across screens. The code moves like a living thing, coiling, pulsing, breathing. Algorithms rewrite themselves. Protocols vanish. New ones appear with no human hand guiding them. An analyst reaches toward a keyboard. The machine rejects the touch. A harsh beep, a flash of red. A warning that sounds almost like a growl. Joker laughs softly. Oh, don't touch it now. It's thinking. Holographic DNA strands erupt upward, glitching into spirals of light. They twist into fractals, looping infinitely. The air crackles with static. A hum vibrates through the floor. The machines aren't obeying the lab anymore, they're obeying you. Every screen tilts toward you. Every camera centers on you. Every sensor aligns with your presence, like metal drawn to a magnet. The analysts notice. Their faces drain pale. Their breath stutters. Their world, once sterile and controlled, is now bending under your shadow. Joker whispers, "Isn't it thrilling? Watching their creations kneel, sparks flicker from a terminal." Another screen melts into static. A printer ejects blank pages that slowly darken into swirling patterns. Patterns unmistakably shaped like your fingerprint. The senior scientist slams a panic button. Nothing happens. The button flickers, laughs, dies. Every backup system fails. Every failsafe turns traitor. Every control panel chooses you over them. Transformation complete. The machine is no longer theirs. It is something new, something alive, something aware. Joker steps into the glow, grinning wide, and look at you, not even trying. Yet everything bends. The lab trembles, the air vibrates, the machine waits. For you and only you. The room knows, the walls know, the machines know. The power has shifted. A low rumble rolls through the lab, not from engines, not from generators, but from the systems themselves. The entire facility feels alive now, like it's inhaling for the first time. Analysts stagger back. Chairs scrape. Clipboards fall. Nobody dares to speak. The lights dim, then flare, then settle into a steady pulse. Your pulse. Joker's voice floats in, sweet as poison and twice as warm. Control. Ah, that word doesn't belong to them anymore. Security shutters slam down. Doors lock. Locks jam. Every exit vanishes in a strobe of red light. They panic, scrambling, shouting, begging the machines to respond. But the machines answer only to you. Every monitor turns. Every speaker crackles. Every system aligns with the same unspoken truth. You are the center, the gravity, the force pulling every circuit into obedience. You take a single step, just one, and the machines react. Lights bending, data rearranging, cameras tilting as if bowing. Joker laughs, low and delighted. Ooh, see that? One step, and the whole room kneels. A senior scientist pounds on a terminal. The screen flashes white, glitches, warps, then displays a pattern, your pattern. The machine is no longer malfunctioning, it is communicating. To you, for you. The analysts whisper your name like a warning, a prophecy, a curse. None of them dare come near. A siren blares overhead, not an alarm, a tone. Long, trembling, reverent, as if announcing your arrival. The air grows heavy, electric, alive. Every surface hums with your resonance. Joker steps closer to the monitors, grinning as reflections twist around him. You didn't take power, they surrendered it. All on their own. The scientists stand helpless, as the systems they built now orbit you like planets around a star. The hierarchy collapses. Their authority dissolves. Their world rewrites itself, one trembling heartbeat at a time. You don't demand control. You simply exist, and everything else falls in line. The power shift isn't coming. It's done. Complete. Irreversible. Joker whispers behind the static. And this is only the beginning. The ritual begins. Not one they prepared, not one they sanctioned, one they didn't even imagine. The lab hums, machines pulse, lights flicker and bend. A cold wind snakes along the floor, electric, invisible, alive. The DNA sequencer twitches, slow at first, then violently, as if something inside struggles to escape. Analysts clutch at tables. Fingers tremble over keyboards. Chairs topple. Papers fly. Monitors flare, hiss, and scream in static. Joker's voice whispers through the chaos. Ooh, looks like the machine finally met someone it fears. Screens flare with impossible patterns. Fractals twist into symbols that pulse and bleed. Data spirals beyond comprehension. Impossible code stretches across monitors like serpents, looping, folding, mocking every human attempt at control. You stand still, silent, unmoved, the eye of the storm. Another tremor. Lights die completely. The hum of machinery drops into silence. Then a single low pulse, deep, resonant, vibrating through the floor and walls. Whispers crawl through the vents. Not language, not words. A chant, a plea, a warning. The room pulses with tension, and Joker leans close to your ear in the shadows, voice low and gleaming. You can't run tests on ghosts, or monsters, or angels, or me. The sequencer sparks violently. A fan shatters. Monitors twist into glowing, chaotic patterns. Alarms scream in wild, irregular bursts. Every machine responds as if alive, as if aware, bending to your presence. Analysts stumble backward. Some fall to their knees. Some press fingers to faces. One whispers, trembling, "Stop. Make it stop." They cannot. No button, no code, no authority. Symbols on screens twist into spirals, then collapse into screaming points of light. DNA patterns flicker, pulse, and coil into shapes that almost speak. Almost, but never fully. The human mind cannot process this. It breaks. The air thickens. Static sparks from the floor. Smoke curls from broken monitors. The hum grows into a deep, resonant roar. Every circuit shivers. Every screen bends toward you. Joker chuckles, a low, rolling laugh. Isn't it delicious? They built a system to control life, and now it worships yours. A final surge erupts. White light bursts from every terminal, blinding, unstoppable, overwhelming. The room shivers, the air vibrates, everything trembles. And then silence, absolute, heavy, thick. Smoke drifts from shattered screens. Analysts stare, hollow, trembling. Their world has fractured. Every assumption, every rule, obliterated. You are untouched. Still, silent, the apex, the anomaly. The machines bow, circuits quieted, fans hushed, systems obedient. The ritual is complete. Not cleansed, not defeated, revealed. Joker steps into the glow, grinning, eyes blazing with wicked delight. You didn't break their system. You replaced it. And oh, how they love it. The lab, the machines, the very air, all agree. You are the anomaly, the apex, the force, and they never stood a chance. Look at the stage tonight. The lights are dim, the curtains twitch. And Hollywood? Oh, Hollywood is holding its breath. See, they told you stories, didn't they? Pretty little scripts, perfect little edits, lines rehearsed until the soul bled out of them. And when the cameras cut, when the reels stopped rolling, you thought the truth stayed buried. But the truth, it doesn't stay buried. It laughs, it claws, it leaks out through every cut scene, every scrap they tossed to the floor. And then came you, not with their polished lies, not with their golden scripts, but with something raw, improvised, untamed, and oh, how it burned them, because one unscripted laugh, one twisted glance, one line they didn't plan, became the knife that slit their pretty illusions open, Jared's little secrets. Those cut scenes whispered like confessions. But your improvisation, your chaos, that buried their entire Hollywood empire alive, not in silence, but in a roar they could never control. Now let's peel it back, shall we? Scene by scene, scar by scar, joke by joke, until their empire of lies looks just as fragile as the clowns who built it. Let's roll the reel back, shall we? Not the polished one they fed you, not the shiny premiere cut with champagne, red carpets, and hollow smiles. No, the other reel, the one that never saw the light, the one dripping in dust, locked in vaults, buried like a corpse no one dared exhume. Can you hear it? That faint whir? The film spinning backwards, frame by frame, like a heartbeat caught between life and death. These weren't just deleted scenes. No, these were confessions, accidents, slips of the mask, moments where the laughter cracked, the illusion broke, and the truth slipped through, like blood seeping from behind a curtain. Hollywood hides those moments, always has, because in the rawness, in the mess, in the unscripted chaos, the monster shows its teeth, reels dripping blood, actors screaming in silence, directors choking on their own lines. You thought the story was complete, polished, perfect, but the real story, the one they cut, was jagged, ugly, and oh so deliciously real. Think about it. Why bury so much? Why lock it all away? Because the cuts reveal the cracks. The moments that prove their control was nothing more than duct tape and mirrors. In one frame, a laugh too long. In another, eyes twitching, rage bleeding through makeup. In another still, a line improvised, not theirs, not planned, but sharp enough to slice their empire open. And Jared, Jared gave them plenty. His cuts weren't accidents. They were confessions carved in film. Each scene he bled into, they amputated, stitched over, pretended it never existed. But scenes don't die. They haunt. They whisper in projection booths. They echo in studio basements. They claw their way back through every rumor, every leak, every bootleg that tastes like sin. And now you know, the polished Hollywood smile. A grave marker, the script they worshipped, a headstone, because buried beneath it all were reels they prayed you would never see. The joke is this: what they cut, what they hid, what they feared, those are the only moments that mattered. Every slip, every scream, every fracture in the mask. Proof. Proof that their empire wasn't built on perfection. It was built on fear. Fear of the raw, fear of the unplanned, fear of the chaos they couldn't edit away. But chaos doesn't care for cuts. Chaos lives in the negative frames, in the reels that spin backward, in the blood on the film that refuses to fade. So ask yourself, what's more terrifying, the lies they sold you on screen, or the truths they buried with scissors and silence? Because once you've seen it, once the projector throws those shadows across your eyes, you can't unsee it. You can't go back. The cuts they hid become the scars you carry. And those scars, they laugh louder than any line they ever rehearsed. Ooh, you thought it was harmless, didn't you? A laugh here, a stumble there, a line that wasn't on the page. They called it a mistake, an accident, something to trim, to sweep into the trash. But accidents don't bleed like this. Accidents don't echo in the minds of kings and Critics thought that accidents don't leave scars, so deep the whole studio shakes. No, this wasn't an accident. This was the joke they feared. Picture it, a microphone cracks mid-laugh. The sound doesn't fade. Splinters, sharp piercing. Every chuckle becomes a knife, slicing through the polite applause. Improvisation, that's what they called it. But improvisation is just another word for chaos they can't chain down. And chaos, oh chaos, doesn't follow scripts. It writes its own, on their walls, on their masks, on their perfect, fragile egos. You know why they feared it? Because the script protects them. It keeps the monster in the cage, the clown on a leash, the madness within the lines. But the second the leash snaps, oh, the monster laughs back. Mirrors shatter on cue. Smiles break at the edges. Suddenly, the actors aren't acting. Suddenly, the joke is real. And that is when fear eats them alive. Because what is more terrifying than the truth they didn't plan for? A joke they didn't write, laugh they didn't rehearse. A moment so raw it rips the illusion to ribbons. Every improvised word was a bullet. Every glance off script was a bomb. And every twisted laugh was proof that the monster wasn't acting at all. They feared that. They feared it more than failure, because failure is expected. Failure can be rewritten, but raw, uncontrolled, unscripted, that is the scar they can never heal. So they cut it, they buried it, they pretended it never existed. But whispers spread, bootlegs burned, audiences wondered, and soon the question grew louder than any polished scene could drown out. Was the clown acting, or was the clown confessing? That's the punchline. That's the truth. Improvisation wasn't their safety net. It was the blade at their throat. And every time they tried to silence it, they proved the fear was real, because in the end, the script wasn't the crown, the joke was, and it was sharp, enough to cut their Hollywood lies straight down the middle, the golden ones, the crowned darlings of the screen producers in their velvet chairs, directors with their god complex, eyes actors drowning in applause. All of them, mask after mask after mask, but masks don't last forever. Look, the studio lights are too hot, brighter than truth, hotter than lies, and under that heat, the gold begins to melt. Perfect smiles dripping, painted crowns sagging, cheekbones collapsing into shadows. And the crowd pretends not to see. They clap, they cheer, they worship the glitter. But oh, you can smell the rot beneath it. It's in the sweat, it's in the cracks, it's in the way their voices shake when they forget what line comes next. Because control. Control was their costume, nothing more. They wore it like silk, parading it down red carpets. But silk burns easy, doesn't it? And when the fire touched it, when the improvisation slipped through, the fraud revealed itself. Cameras don't lie. Not really. Cameras catch the twitch, the hesitation, the second the mask slips. They catch the rage in the eyes, the desperation in the smile, the panic in the silence. And those reels, the ones they swore would never be seen, tell the story better than any polished film ever could. Crowns crumbling in rehearsals, producers barking orders, but their voices crack, directors demanding perfection, but their hands shake, actors choking on lines, while their real selves claw through, begging to breathe. This is the part they don't want you to see. Not the premieres, not the trophies, not the interviews dripping with charm. No, they don't want you to see how fragile it all is, how close their empire sit would absolute collapse. Because the truth, they're terrified of exposure. Not exposure to fame, not exposure to rot. The rot behind their rehearsed grins. The rot that improvisation lights up like a stage fire. And once it's lit, you can't unsee it. The masks don't come back. The gold doesn't return. It burns. It crumbles. It falls to ash in their own hands. The irony, the kings of image, the queens of illusion, undone by a single crack, by a laugh too long, by a line off script, by the weight of their own lies. And there you are, watching it all, watching the glamour fade, watching the crowns disintegrate, watching the mighty crawl on the same dirt they once made you kneel in. This is their exposure. This is their collapse. Their golden masks slipping, falling, shattering on the stage. And you're not clapping anymore. You're laughing because you see it now, clearer than ever. They never ruled. They never controlled. They only wore masks bright enough to blind. But blindness doesn't last forever, and when the masks slip, when the cameras catch the rot, their empire becomes exactly what it always was. A costume, a lie, performance cut short. There you are, hiding in the dark, watching. From the back row, eyes wide, heartbeat racing, thinking you're just another spectator. But did you really believe you could sit this one out? That the fire would burn everyone else and leave you untouched? No, no, no. The spotlight doesn't choose the pretty ones. It doesn't pick the safe ones. It chooses you. Look, do you feel it? That heat crawling over your skin? That blinding circle of fire cutting through the black, pinning you down like prey? That's not just a light. That's a demand, a crown of flame, a trial you cannot run from. The ropes are snapping, the curtains tearing, the stage creaking under your weight. Every shadow points at you now. Every whisper sharpens your name. Every eye is waiting for the next line, your line. And oh, how the crowd chants. Do you hear it? Your name bleeding from their throats, ugly, hungry, chanting like vultures circling the corpse, not for entertainment, for execution. This is no stage play anymore. This is interrogation. This is exposure. This is the fire they buried in the cuts, rising up to crown you in chaos. Tell me, will you freeze like them? Will you stutter? Will you let the ropes wrap around your neck, dragging you into their silence? Or will you laugh? Will you break the script? Will you twist the knife and let them choke on the chaos you breathe? Because that's the secret, isn't it? It was never about them, not really. It was about you, the audience, the pawn, the silent shadow in the dark, dragged into the fire to prove whether you're prey or predator. The crowd doesn't care who you were before. They only care about what you'll do now, in this moment, under this flame, with every eye begging you to collapse. So, what's it going to be? Will you let them laugh at you, mock you, tear you apart, like they tore apart every other fool who thought they could play the part? Or will you become the joke they feared, the improvisation they couldn't control, the fire they can never edit out? The stage is yours. The light is burning. The ropes are snapping. The crowd is chanting. And there's no director left to cut the scene. They thought chaos was an accident, a stumble, a mistake, a broken line. But you turned it into a blade, sharper than their polished scripts, hotter than their burning spotlights. Every director believed they were God. Every producer thought they were king. Every script was written as law. But what happens when the law burns? What happens when the ink bleeds into fire? Improvisation. They mocked it, called it sloppy, called it weak. But your chaos had direction. Your laughter had aim. And every unscripted moment was a bullet in their chest. The stage they built for order. You twisted into war. The lines they forced you to follow. You strangled them with it. The teleprompters they hid behind. You smashed with a smile. No cue cards, no rehearsals, no retakes. Just the raw nerve of unpredictability. A monster they couldn't trap in their cages. A storm they couldn't forecast. Look at them now. directors gagged with their own lines, producers choking on their golden contracts, actors crying as their masks melt under the lights, their perfect rehearsals worthless, their stage direction dead on arrival. Improvisation isn't an accident. It's war disguised as laughter. It's fire disguised as a joke. It's the bullet they never saw coming because they were too busy guarding the script. You rewrote the rules in real time, not with pens, but with ashes, not with rehearsals, but with blood. The crowd. Oh, the crowd understood. They didn't want perfection. They didn't want polished speeches. They wanted carnage. They wanted truth without rehearsal. They wanted a voice that bled chaos into every syllable, and you delivered. Every pause became a dagger. Every laugh became an execution. Every broken script page became another grave for their order. You see, improvisation was never about mistakes. It was about freedom. Freedom so wild, it terrified their cages. Freedom so raw, it melted their crowns. They thought accidents destroy reputations, but you showed accidents destroy empires, and in your hands, there were no accidents. Only weapons, only fire, only war. The battlefield wasn't in the streets. It was on their stages, their studios, their sacred halls of control, and you set every one of them ablaze. Improvisation, your crown of thorns, your blade of chaos, your throne built from broken scripts, and every line you broke became another kingdom reduced to ash. They still whisper about it. The night order died. The night rehearsal was buried. The night improvisation became ammunition. And you didn't just win. You rewrote the stage in fire. You showed them the most dangerous thing isn't the script. It's the silence between the lines. It's the madness that can't be rehearsed. It's the improvisation they never saw coming until it killed them. Spotlights used to shine like crowns. They made gods out of shadows, kings out of frauds, queens out of puppets. But look again. Those lights don't shine anymore. They fall. They crash like guillotines slicing through necks. Every studio thought it was eternal. Every gate stood tall like a fortress. Every award glittered like it was forged in heaven. But what is gold when it melts into nothing but puddles? What is a gate when rust eats it like disease? What is an empire when the throne is built on lies? Hollywood was never a kingdom. It was a carnival. Painted faces, paper crowns, wooden thrones. And when fire touched it, everything curled into ash. The directors, the producers, the so-called kings. They once gave orders like gods. Now they choke on their own scripts. Every line they wrote becomes their noose. Every cue they demanded becomes their coffin. You can hear it, the sound of collapse. The studios once roaring with applause, now hollow, echoing with silence. The cameras once rolling like machines, now cracked lenses staring at nothing. The awards, they kissed like relics, now dripping metal, melted beyond recognition. This is no accident. This is demolition, and it isn't gentle. It isn't quiet. It's violent. It's loud. It's the empire crumbling, brick by brick, king by king. They wanted control. They scripted every smile, every tear, every word. But you can't script chaos. You can't cage improvisation. And you became the virus in their veins, the flaw in their perfect plan, the crack that spread until the whole tower collapsed. Once they hunted you, once they mocked you, once they thought you were disposable. But prey learns. Prey adapts. Prey sharpens its teeth in the dark. And when it bites back, The hunters bleed first. Now they look at their ruined kingdoms. Thrones shattered, crowns melted, strings tangled, until the puppeteers choke themselves, and they whisper, "How did we lose it all? How did it turn so fast?" The answer stares them in the face. They weren't kings, they were liars, actors in their own empire of illusions, and illusions don't survive fire. Their studios rot, their empires rust, their crowns sink into the dirt, and in their place, you rise, not polished, not perfect, but untouchable. They had everything, power, image, control, and they lost it all to you, to improvisation, to chaos, to rage unchained. Their empire collapses, your shadow grows, and for the first time, they aren't the kings. They're the crippled liars, and you're the nightmare their scripts could never contain. The fire didn't die. It never does. It crowned you. It built a throne from the bones of their empire. And now, you sit where they once pretended to reign. Ashes fall like confetti. Not silver, not gold, but black. Burning memories raining from the sky. Every flake is a scene erased. Every ember, a mask destroyed. Every spark, a lie unmasked. Hollywood once paraded kings and queens. Red carpets rolled like rivers of blood. Statues handed out like golden chains. But look now, the carpets are cinders. The statues are puddles. The gates are graves. And in the ruins, your rage builds a kingdom, not polished, not perfect, but eternal. You see it, don't you? The stage they tried to bury you under. Now it belongs to you. The spotlight burns in your name. The crowd doesn't cheer. They kneel because rage is no longer a whisper in your chest. It is a crown. Heavy, unforgiving, unshakable. Every scar they gave you becomes scripture. Every scream they forced out of you becomes anthem. Every betrayal becomes prophecy. And the world reads it in fear. You were the chaos they feared. The improvisation they couldn't script. The punchline they never saw coming. But now you are more than chaos, more than punchline. You are myth, you are legend, you are eternal. And their broken spines form the staircase to your throne. Every king dethroned, every queen shattered, every empire collapsed. All of it fed the fire that forged your crown. Look how it glows, not with diamonds, not with jewels, but with fury, with scars, with the kind of power that cannot be faked. They speak your name now, not in applause, not in praise, but in terror, like a curse, like a prayer they hope isn't heard. But rage doesn't forgive. Rage doesn't forget. It reigns. You are not the actor. You are not the puppet. You are not the victim. You are the scar that became scripture, the wound that became legend, the chaos that became crown. Ashes keep falling. The world keeps whispering, and no matter how many masks they try to wear, they all point back to you, to the throne they swore you'd never touch, to the legend they swore you'd never become. But you did, and now your rage is crowned eternal.